really, why am I the only one that is upset to this degree over this? Of the demonization of the rest of us out here. You know, I don't like to make an example out of myself, but I will because nobody else is doing it. I have kids. I am not wealthy. Believe me, I am not wealthy. And if I'm supposed to be wealthy now because, well, you're on Sirius Satellite Radio, you must, okay, all right, I'm doing okay. I'm not wealthy. What about before I was on Sirius Satellite Radio? What about when I was schlupping talk radio in Lake Charles, Louisiana, in market number 215? My children did not have health care coverage from my employer. Guess how they got it? Mike went down to the Blue Cross office and paid for it out of his own pocket. Mike lived in a smaller house. Mike drove a Saturn L2000 for crying out loud.
What about my broke ass?
I made a deal with my kids when I brought them into this world that I would care for them. Not that Hillary would care for them. I made a deal with them. I committed to them.
You want to start?
I want them to have a better life, which was supposed to be the desire of all Americans. And part of that better life is not selling them into socialism. Part of that better life is leaving to them the freedom and the liberty so that they can choose a Blue Cross Blue Shield, Aetna, Cigna, whoever provider for their kids. Not that they have to go stand in line at some stinking bureaucracy and beg to have a procedure done. You people that are going along with this, you sicken me. You absolutely sicken me, and you should. And you know what? You people out there that know people that are sponging off the government that are doing this and are giving rise to and credibility to these claims of all these poor, unwashed masses who can't care for their kids. They shouldn't have had them in the first place. And as Mark Stein said on Monday, good things happen to bad people. Freaking deal with it. If you think you're enraged now after what I just said, play that audio of Hillary from last night.
You want to start with B1 or the whole thing?
Just go right into B2. Let's deal with Graham Frost.
I was appalled at the way this young man and his family were treated, and I said last night in Boston...
Stop the digital media file right there. The way this young man and his family were treated. By my count, they've been treated very well. Seems to me that my tax dollars have funded that family's subsidization of their health insurance.
What, did Mitch McConnell, like, go by and egg their house or something?
I tell you what, if I'm ever in Maryland, I'm going to do it. Frost House is going to get TP'd, baby. I'm appalled. I'm outraged at the way these people were treated. How were they treated, Hillary? They made a fatuous claim that they could not get health insurance through their employer. Well, you don't say. Why? Because Graham Frost, hippie, sandal-trotting on, Birkenstock-loving, tie-dye sporting, ponytail-having, pinko, commie-lib, granola bar chomping daddy is running around in his sandals in his woodworking shop, making little hoogal pipes for his buddies instead of out actually having a real job, so I gotta pay for his health insurance? Yes, I question that. Roll the audio.
I was appalled at the way this young man and his family were treated, and I said last night in Boston,
you ain't heard nothing
as someone
yet.
who has been pretty used to taking the incoming fire from the right, I'm willing to take it. I'm big enough.
Stop the digital media file. I'm used to taking incoming fire from the right. Who's attacking her these days besides Giuliani and Romney? Who else is out there who's on her case? Was there a black man named Obama that's been saying some nasty things about Hillary? Didn't I hear this?
He's half black, but yeah.
Is there a white guy? Hey, John Edwards. Hey, how poor are you? How poor? Hey, you look poor. You look like you were taken advantage of by my hedge fund. Come on over here. I will give you a house. Elizabeth and I are going to donate one of our bedrooms to you. Yeah, you can live in it. You can keep the gold sheets, too. Edwards is out there saying things about, I'm tired of being, I've taken the fire from the right here. The Democrats put these people, exalted them as spokesmen. I didn't ask them to do that. So here's the thing, though. The doctrine of infallibility. Why? But, Mike, they're disadvantaged. These people are poor. You can't question them. You can't question the poor. Like hell I can't. I'm tired of being told that I can't. I think we ought to have more disdain for the people that suck at this game of life. You know what? You lose. You loser. We ought to be able to drive by you people's houses that are suckling on the government teat. There ought to be signs on your front yard. You know how on Jeff Foxworthy's Are You Smarter Than a Fifth Grader show, you got to turn to the camera after you lose and prove that you're a moron and say, yep, I am not smarter than a fifth grader. You people that are using federal and state governments to make up for your own inadequacies ought to have signs on your yard. I am not capable of running my own life. I suck. I am subsidized by you. There ought to be egg and toilet paper all over your homes.
You'd be willing to subsidize those signs, right?
Of course, we got to buy the poster board.
Right. The bitter irony.
I'm exaggerating to make a point here. There's no shame in, well, so what? So we decided that I'd run my own little Hoogal pipe shop or whatever it is he woodworks there. I got my little wood burning kit here from the Tandy Corporation, and I'm hanging out in my shop here, not making any money. But hey, Maryland's paying for my kids' health insurance. Ain't that great? Well, I'm glad you're pursuing your dreams, Mr. Frost. There are some people that actually need this coverage. And as I said on Monday, because I'm going to get demonized for what I just said, as I said on Monday, there are instances where it is totally appropriate, and even someone like me can sign off on a state-run disaster fund for people, for really impoverished poor people who don't have health insurance for their kids. Really, I'm talking the real people, the women that are in like battered women's shelters and what have you, whose husbands have fled or never had husbands and what have you. There are people, there are cases out there where a wealthy society can give these people a leg up here. This is not intended, though, for people that are living in 3,000 square foot homes, that are choosing to own commercial property, that are choosing to run around in their Birkenstocks and run their own business and stink at it, and instead of going out and getting a real job and increasing the family income so you'll have enough to buy the health insurance, passing it off onto the rest of us. If people like those like that, I have no preconceived notions, no prejudice against anyone that goes into business for themselves. But it is unfair for the rest of us that if you stink at it and you're not making a living at it, that we have to prop you up and I have to subsidize your health care, I have to subsidize your food, I have to subsidize your property, and I have to subsidize your children's health care. You made the commitment to them when you brought them into the world. It is your problem, sir. Deal with it. We're not talking about people that are living in cardboard refrigerator boxes underneath overpasses here. But these are the poor. These are the people that need our assistance and our help and our care and what have you. No, there truly are people that need our care and assistance. You know what? There's these things out there, perhaps you people have heard of them. They're called churches. And in some places they're called synagogues, maybe even mosques. They do this. I know this is a shock here. I've actually been asked at a Sunday service at my Catholic church by Father John, our priest. I was actually asked one Sunday, as he told the story of how he was received a frantic phone call the previous evening that a 10-year-old member of our parish had suddenly taken really ill, had been rushed to the hospital. Come to find out, she had a congenitive gastrointestinal problem that required major surgery. The family was underinsured and was fearing of economic ruin, and also fearing that the child may die. Please, will all of you pray for them, and we're going to take a special offering up here, and all this money is going to go to help this family pay its medical bills. You people have probably gotten emails from your neighbors encouraging you to give, to pledge money or to give money for children in your community that don't, whose parents may not be fully covered, may not be covered at all. Can you help them out? Are you telling me that communities just say no? Are you telling me that the people in my church put no money into that offering plate? I'm going to call BS on that. But that's the line we're fed. They don't do it. Hillary doesn't do it. Steny Hoyer doesn't do it. What have you? Carl Levin doesn't do it. Then it won't get done. It is insulting. It's sickening. It's not American. And I'm tired of being demonized, and I'm also tired of the millions of people that actually do provide for their children and actually have sacrificed for their kids, not getting any credit for it. Instead, we exalt and we hold up as paragons of virtue and example those that rely on others for a handout, those that rely on the federal government for a handout. This was not the way it is supposed to be, ladies and gentlemen. This is not the vision of the Founding Fathers. This is not the vision of a rugged, individualistic America. It is the vision of a socialistic Denmark. It is the vision of a bunch of pansy-ass, panty-waisted French people. And if you're comfortable with that, well, then move to France. Please, do us all a favor. Why don't we just rename California France East? Or would it be West?
Very, very west.
France West. Hope you saved it. People are just sickening.